Hi, folks. This is Tim, the taxi driver from Tampa. The other day, President Barack Obama made a statement that seemed rather bizarre, but if you analyze it, it's consistent with other statements he's made. He said that Trevon, he did not say Trevon Martin, he said if I had a son, he would look like Trevon. This was based on a widely circulated photograph at the time depicting a 13-year-old Trevon, not the more adult-looking 17-year-old Trevon, who happened to be 6'3", by the way. He was not a small man. The president has shown a tendency to make statements that are divisive. There could have been no other purpose for that, divisive on political grounds, to ensure an even larger groundswell of the heavily populated segments of society that voted for him in the 2008 election. He's a very clever man. He knows he's going to get the raw numbers that he got out of minorities, but he knows he's going to get the percentages that he got, but he needs the raw numbers that he obtained last time. So he needs an emotional rallying point to draw them out. There could be no other reason for it. This was a man who, in the book Dreams of My Fathers, turn my dispatch down. In the book Dreams of My Fathers, he said his first job after law school was working on Wall Street, and that he learned that as he walked down a sidewalk by a food vendor, that he had to be careful around all these white folks, to use his term in the book, not to make any sudden movement, or he would frighten them. Now, does that even sound believable? Everybody on Wall Street dressed in business attire, not wearing hoodies, but does that even sound believable? Barack Obama in a business suit looks like a very intelligent, very civil, very mild-mannered individual. He doesn't look like somebody who's threatening to anyone. So I don't believe that. Later in the book, he would use a term, this is a direct quote, "There are white folks, and then there are motherfuckers like you." So here's a guy that shows in his book that he's able to divide society into white people and into despicable white people. If I made a similar comment about blacks, I would be cast as a racist. You see where I'm going with this? On his inauguration address, Mr. Obama said, "Today we're at the dawn of a new America. Today we turn the page on the divisiveness of the past." That's a direct quote. Well, going back to the beer summit, when he injected himself into a local law enforcement issue up in Massachusetts, upholding the urban myth that blacks are pulled over more than whites, believe me, they're not. As a taxi driver for 17 years, police only set up speed traps in middle-class and upper middle-class areas where they know people have money who could pay these outrageous tickets. They don't set speed traps up in the poor neighborhoods. Again, that was another urban myth. These are the type of things that this president believes in. And I think that alone should disqualify him for being the president of the United States on moral grounds, because he's not capable of being the president for everyone.